Welcome back to this Rift Let's Play. You're Sambo Seraphis, and joining us as always is Tallahassee. How are you this evening, my fine friend?
A little worried after that very twinkly-handed sort of wave you just did then.
What do you say? Are you giving me heaps about my, what did you call them? Twilight hands or Edward, no, what are they? Edward hands.
Edward Cullen hands.
Yeah, Edward. That's right. And folks, you might remember in the last episode, and by the way, welcome to this episode. Nice to have you along. In last week's episode, of course, we discovered that I had Twilight hands, Edward Cullen hands. Interesting, they still haven't fixed that bug, Tallahassee. That's, let me see, I think it's my fire armor. If I take, there we go, if I take my fire armor buff off.
But the thing is it a bug or is it actually meant to happen?
Do you know what? That's a very good point. Everyone that I've spoken to has said, oh, it's a bug. But maybe you're right. I mean, it doesn't look very buggy, does it? It actually looks quite awesome. And speaking of awesome, look at your horse. Your horse is amazing. How was that?
I've just noticed, if you watch it breathe out, because it does breathe out, its nostrils flare.
Oh, hang on. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there you go.
Second.
Hang on, I'm going to zoom right in. Look around here, folks. Look at that. It is truly a fire-breathing horse. In fact, let's have a good look at that close up. Let's get rid of the UI again. Now, I know that you guys will have seen this, of course, if you had watched our thank you tribute video to Trion, who, of course, gifted us these horses, and we're very, very grateful for that. But you know what? I don't think, Tallahassee, you can ever get enough of looking at these horses up close. Look at that detail, folks. I'm still, well, I don't know about you, my friend, but I still can't get over it. I'm still blown away because these are amazing horses, aren't they? They're such good looking mounts. Wow.
Yeah, these are a phenomenal looking mount and I'm still very humbled by it.
Yeah. Now, let me bring up mine as well. There we are. And you know what? I love the fact that my Edward Cullen hands kind of add to the whole fiery trail effect when we're running around. It's kind of cool. But notice, look at that, the embers. And I know that these are called an ember horse, so it makes sense. But when you really stop and look at these things...
Ember steed.
Yeah, or the ember steed, sorry, yeah. The embers actually coming up off their neck there. Now, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see that watching on the YouTube video, unfortunately. If you can, great. But gosh, it looks awesome. It looks so good, and I love the armor as well, the detail in there. Do you know what? I remember in one of our episodes previously, Tallahassee, we were running around and we were doing something, and I stopped mid-task, whatever it was, because we came across one of these horses in Sanctum. And I said, oh my god, mate, oh my god, what the hell is that? How do I get me one of them? And then, of course, you detailed about how you do get one, which is, of course, through the Recruiter Friend program, basically. And I just thought to myself, oh, that's not ever going to happen. And look, here we are, we're riding them. It's great. And do you know what? I finally figured it out. Simon Finch, and hello to you, by the way, if you're watching. I understand now because, of course, I guess what he's saying is that we did recruit a whole bunch of friends, didn't we, through our YouTube video series.
Let's play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. That's very cool. I like that. Now, before we go any further, Tallahassee, we just got one quick shout out here from one of our viewers on YouTube, and that is 10 Club S80. Now, before I go further, let's test Tallahassee's knowledge of, I'm going to say 80s music. If you hear the username from this guy, which is 10 Club S80, does that remind you of any crappy 80s band by chance?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't, because at the end of the 80s, I was 8.
Alright, a slight mathematical issue that we've got going on there. So you don't remember, oh gosh, you know what, after that build-up, I think I've forgotten that. It was something like S Club 80 or S Club... You must have heard of them. S Club... Maybe it was just
I remember
S Club.
S Club 7.
S Club 7. That's the one. I knew it rang some
They were in
kind
the
of
90s, man.
Oh, was it 90s? Ah, there you go. See, every
I
day
don't
is
think
a
that's
blur.
what he's trying to reference there either.
Well, I just heard 10 Club S. And you know what? I'm thinking, gosh, that sounds like S Club 7. There you go. Anyway, there you go. 10 Club S80. You've sparked off an awful conversation from me. Sorry about that. Anyway, he goes on to say, hey guys, I love your vids, but I get upset that there are not very many people that watch your videos. No matter what I do, I can't get anyone else to watch them. It's just unfair. Oh, and by the way, can I please have a shout out in any of your vids, because I watch them all. Thank you very much, guys. Well, look, just a couple of things there. Thank you for your support. We do appreciate that. You know what? I don't know, how do we explain this, Tallahassee? We do this, and we kind of... In fact, you know what? You need to go and watch the Trion video that we put up before this one, or rather a couple of weeks ago now, and that explains why we do this. But Tallahassee, I don't think either you or I are really bothered by how many viewers or subscribers we have, because that's not why we do it, is it?
No, we don't do it for the view count. It was very nice to get something from Trion for doing this and, promoting the game, but we didn't go out of our way to ask them for it, or we didn't try to raise, any sort of attention from them for it. And, they did recognise us, and that was very nice.
Yeah.
And as I said before, very humbling, but we don't do it for that. We do it mainly for ourselves because we want to.
Yeah. Couldn't have put it better myself.
And if people want to watch, that's
Yeah.
awesome. If they don't want to watch, that's fine.
Exactly right. We do appreciate that 10 Club S80, and we know what you mean, and we're very, it's nice that you care. Thank you very much. But, you know what, we actually do get a lot of people watching our videos. I think our channel, Tallahassee, we've got coming up on 1.9 or 2 million, something like 1.9 or 2 million views, and that's a lot of views. So as it happens in our books, we do get a lot of people watching. So again, as long as you're enjoying it, mate, and as long as we're having fun here, that is all that matters. Now, speaking of having fun, Tallahassee, I'm looking at my quest log here, and of course you guys know we're in the Moonshade Highlands here, and I see I've got 2 complete quests, one called Artifact Retrieval, the other called Despondent Spectres. If I look up here at our map, I can see a couple of things. Number one, we're surrounded by rifts, so that's interesting, but south of us in the 3 Springs, I see we've got a couple of hand-ins, so I'm guessing that's where we should head, my friend?
Yep.
Alright, Southwood Ho. Now, speaking of Spectre, because of course that was the name of that quest, here's another test for Tallahassee. What game springs to mind if I say the word Spectre?
Mass Effect.
Yes, 10 out of 10 internet points for Tallahassee. And it just so happens, here's another one. See if Tallahassee can get another 10 internet points. As of today's filming, do you know which particular demo became available?
Mass Effect 3.
There you go. So my big question for you is, did you get it?
No, because you have to download it through Origin.
Aha! Now, I'm glad you brought that up just before we hand in these quests, because I'm like Tallahassee. I absolutely refuse, and I say again, refuse to install Origin on my PC. So call us both stick in the muds. I don't care. That's what our decision is. So to all the people who are asking, hey, you guys going to do a Mass Effect 3 walkthrough or anything like that, because there's apparently multiplayer and co-op and all that stuff, unless it comes out on something other than Origin, no. The demo, I've watched a few streams of it today, and can I look at the risk of getting poo-pooed by the entire internet? Tallahassee, I don't know if you've watched any footage, but here's my initial take. Now, folks, realise this is after seeing, half an hour's worth of gameplay, so I'm hardly qualified to speak about it. But my initial take is, number 1, it looks exactly the same. Number 2, it looks exactly the same. Number 3, it plays exactly the same. You run, you duck behind cover, you pop your head up, you shoot, you get behind cover, you watch a cutscene, you run to another piece of cover, you duck behind it, you pop up and shoot, and over and over and over again. Number 3, the character models look like they're out of a game from the 90s. They are awful. I'm sorry, but they're just terrible. And therefore, number 4, I don't have any interest.
Hang on. Were you watching it on Xbox, PS3 or PC?
No, it was PC, because I was watching Luperza, who of course is one of the devs on PlanetSide 2. She was playing it, streaming it off her PC. So I know what you're going to say, and I think Total Biscuit originally did a Let's Play or a look at, and he did the Xbox 360 version of it and said it was horrible, low res, low frame rate and all the rest of it, and then he went on and did it on a PC version. Now, I haven't seen what his thoughts were about the PC version. In fact, I haven't really seen anybody's thoughts. All I've done is watch the gameplay, but not impressed. I mean, look, I know you don't play it for the graphics. I know a lot of people don't play it for the gunplay, which to me is just like Gears of War and every other cover-based game. And a lot of people play it for the story, and I think that's definitely a redeeming feature. But I don't know. This is a game that's coming out in 2012. I expected it to look better. I'm going to hand in these quests here. There we go. Just going to grab our XP. But I
just
really
like to
want
point out that I really liked Mass Effect 1 and 2.
Yep.
And if it turns out that Mass Effect 3 is not that great, or it's only available in Origin, yeah, I'm not going to be playing it.
Ooh, harsh words. Well, hang on. Let's just grab this quest here. What does it say? We have to place a dwarven artifact in the cauldron at the Three Springs Assembly House. Oh, is that the inn, basically, is it? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Alright. Yeah, so my first question to you, Tallahassee, is have you had a chance to watch any footage yet of the 3 demo?
No.
Alright, okay.
No, I haven't.
I beseech you to please do that, because of course myself and I'm sure a number of other people are going to be very interested in your thoughts, because I know hopefully you'll put your thoughts up on your Tumblr or perhaps tweet them. Use the blessed called... Oh, hang on. Oh, so that counted for me as well. That's good. What happened to you?
I got stunned.
Yeah, just going to say what happened to you there. Good lord. Alright, thanks for taking the hit there, friend. Appreciate that. Oh, hang on. Is there a vendor here? No, they're all outside. Because I've also noticed that I've got some mail. We'll quickly check the mailbox, and I also want to go to the vendor. But look, would you mind watching some footage, whether it's on YouTube or a live stream or whatever? I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I'd be very keen on your opinion. I just expected it to have progressed somehow. Like, is that too high an expectation? It just looks like it's the next chapter in the same game, if you know what I mean.
Difference in graphics between Mass Effect 1 and 2 was massive.
Yep.
But because they're still using the Unreal Engine, I don't think there's going to be much that they could really go ahead and change for 3.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know. I mean, the reason I say it though as well is that, you know, the Unreal Engine 3 can look very pretty. I mean, the textures look awful. It's you know what the biggest thing is the characters' faces. They look like lifeless plastic Barbie dolls. It's hard to describe. Anyway, I guess I should get off my rant about this. One piece of mail here. Oh, Tallahassee, this is from a character called Spellatrix. Now, I believe you know who Spellatrix is.
Yeah, that's Skyfo.
Skyfo, that's right, YouTube user Skyfo and fellow Let's Player. A big shout out to you. And he says, hey guys, my wonderful guys, here are some lovely gifts for you from Skyfo. And we got ourselves, artifacts. Got myself a troll bracelet. I've got myself some leather straps. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to leave this one till last. We've got a whole bunch of artifacts here. This is fantastic. I did not know about this one. Now, I'm going to collect these ones. Here we go. So we'll collect that. Skyfo, by the way, if you're watching, thank you very, very much. You know I like my shinies. You know I like my collectibles, and this is great. This is heaven. Love it, love it. There we go. Tallahassee, I'm going to link something in the party chat here. Get this. This is a blue artifact. Are you ready? Check it out. Check out, if you click on that, check out the tooltip. What does that say?
Simon appears to have become part of an endless court ritual for Simon.
And you can see
there's actually a whole bunch of them.
Yep, but it says, look at that, Dead Simon. Available sets, 1 of 1, Dead Simon. Now, who do you know that's got the name Dead Simon?
That wouldn't be Simon Finch, would it?
It is! So there you go. How ironic. Because, of course, when we were doing our research about Simon Finch and we discovered all of his background and history and his extensive experience in the games industry, and by the way, did you see his reply to our video where he said it's this big internet mistake and he actually wasn't involved in black and white, which is interesting. And it's something he's trying to sort of set the record straight on. So that's very interesting. But when we were doing that research...
Damn it, Simon. It's on the internet. It has to be true.
That's right. But what we did discover is that his nickname is Dead Simon. And in fact, in the lovely message that he left us in that video, he signs off as Dead Simon Finch. There you go. So, you know what? If we hadn't met him, so to speak, then this would have completely gone over our heads. So there you go, folks. You now know the hidden meaning. There you go. A little pop culture sort of reference in there. The available set there is Dead Simon. And you can see, again, the remains of this unfortunate adventurer are scattered all over Telara. That is fantastic. And get this. If you go into the actual rewards here in the artifact menu, you can see you get a glowing chest, but catch this one, Tallahassee, you actually get that as a reward. There you go. Now click on that and you can see it actually summons a dead Simon. So there you go, Simon Finch. If you are watching this, then hopefully we'll be able to collect all these parts and you'll be able to quite literally join us on our adventures here. How hilarious would that be? That is so funny. All right, Tallahassee, I'm noticing I've got I've got a quest to hand in. All right, let's get on my brand new Ember Steed. I'm so excited about this thing. Look at all the flames and things pouring off into the background there. All right, here we go. We'll finish it. Gosh, that was a nice quick amount of XP. Wandering over one side of the village and back. All right, you can see we've got to collect Jackson Murphy's invoice here and kill Azure Blade Pillagers. 10 of those, and got another quest right next door, and that is that we have to sanctify the eastern, central and western memorials. Let's have a look on our map and see where they are. Alright, so Tallahassee, the pillagers are over to the west, I see. Oh, and so are the memorials. So I guess we're heading west rather than Diablo. We're of course we're forever eastward. Forever eastward. Oh boy. Now, got another question for you. I know you're a busy man at the moment. Do you know what? I can see you miles away because you're this. It's like, oh, do you know what you are? You are in Blazing Saddles. Surely you know what I'm talking about.
He rode a blazing saddle. He wore a shining star.
All right. You know what? Tallahassee is racking up the internet points tonight, folks. That's good. Let's see. Now, don't say
that movie.
Oh, there you go. All right, damn. I was going to see if our viewers knew what it was, but of course, it's Mel Brooks. It's fantastic. Very much in the ilk of Spaceballs, of course. If you're into that sort of humour, highly recommend it. Blazing Saddles. That was released years and years ago. Was it even the 70s, perhaps? Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't know, it may have been 80s.
Right. Hilariously funny. Absolutely classic movie. I like the scene, full of crass, stupid humour. I like the scene where they're sitting around and that counted for me too, thanks by the way. Where they're sitting around the campfire eating baked beans, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the stupidest, most ridiculous, but so funny scenes in a movie. It's just one of those silly humour, folks. Just kind of like Leslie Nielsen style of stuff, but of course way before him. Oh boy, so I'm guessing you've been very busy recently, as have I. Have you had a chance to log into Rift in between our filming sessions?
No.
Oh, shocking.
Well, I shouldn't really say that because I did log in about half an hour before you.
Oh, well, there you go.
Does that count?
That technically counts, I think. I think it definitely does count. The reason I ask is, of course, we always get lots of people asking about the game and its current state. Now, I'm going to say, there we go, Tallahassee's doing his roundup trick. You know I love this, folks. That means I'm going to get to use my AoE. Woohoo! You know what? I keep getting the same question being asked Tallahassee, and this is, is Rift still popular? And are people still playing? And is it dead on the servers, etc., etc.? And I think a lot of people are asking that question. Wait till this AoE's... Oh, look at that! The rain comes! Don't rain! You're dampening my AoE, stupid weather. I think a lot of people are asking because a lot of people...
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, well, I'm role-playing. You look out because my background story is coming up next. Now, I think a lot of people are asking because a lot of people have... I don't know how to put this, but there seems to be this mass exodus from Star Wars The Old Republic. People have played for a month, maybe tried to give the second month a go, and they're not into it. Have you noticed that? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of expected it.
It seems a lot of people have sort of hit what they can do in Star Wars. But they've hit level 50, and then there's just not much to do.
No, there's definitely no end game, and again, that's that whole thing about the fact that they've focused on, you know, the voice acting and the story and all that sort of thing, and kind of forgot about the MMO bit, i.e., you know, end game and content. What do you do once you've done the story? And I think their answer at the moment is, well, you go back and play it again on an alt. And you know what? To be honest, that's not an answer, in my opinion. It is not an answer.
No, it's not.
Unlike this game, of course, where, you know, folks, I think what we've seen is a typical product cycle, and I think Rift has been fallen prey to that, and it's in the stage now where most games fall over, and that is that a game launches. Now, Tallahassee, cast your mind back to when Rift launched. Would you say that the Rift servers being busy is a slight understatement?
Yeah, it was more than just a little bit busy.
It was nightmare, wasn't it? It was jam-packed, in fact. There were just people everywhere. Now, there's an excuse to get on my horse. It's a bit of a ride to the next one. I'm going to do that. Yep, so it was jam-packed, and then of course everyone was leveling up and discovered that there was good endgame here and have stayed around. Then of course a whole pantload of new titles came out, and we're looking at you, Battlefield 3, not just MMOs, Battlefield 3, Modern Warfare 3, of course Star Wars The Old Republic, you know, you name it. There was a bunch of stuff. Mass Effect 3's around the corner. So of course people only have a limited spend. Most of us have a limited spend, and that means that you have to drop something. And of course I think a lot of people kind of ran away from Rift, not because it's a bad game, but because of course they wanted to try something else out. What my belief is, Tallahassee, is that we're seeing a lot of those people coming back, and let's face it, we've said this very same thing, which is that when you go away to another game and then you come back to a game, you kind of realize how good the game is that you left in the first place. And of course in this case I'm talking about Rift. Is that what's happened to you? You come back here and go, oh gosh, this game's actually really good compared to what I've been doing. Yeah,
but I was sort of already at that point before anyway.
Right, well of course, because you've always loved Rift, and I know that you like it.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like comparing games, but I think it's safe to say you pretty much like it a lot. Well, by the way, hey, while we're here, do you mind, can we do a Rift? Is that a Rift over there?
No, that is an abysmal idol.
Oh, well, can we do that? And you can see, by the way, folks, that we've entered a new place here, the Rock-Strewn Acres. I guess it's the same kind of thing, though. We get to beat up on some mobs. I'm just in the mood for some good old combat. And can you please tell me, how come the loot bag icon has the blue stuff around it?
Because it's a water rift.
Exactly.
Anytime you want to do some AoE, that'd be...
Yeah, no, look at that. All those 359s. Look at it. Tore them a new one there. That is fantastic.
Yeah, keep killing the idol.
Oh, okay, yep.
You're not done yet, Sunshine.
Not done yet. I thought the last water invasion that we did actually had water everywhere on the ground, or is my memory...
There is water everywhere on the ground.
Oh, so there is. Oh, look at that. It's so subtle I couldn't even see it. It just looked like a shadow. Who's this over here? Frenzied Vexer. Oh.
Yeah, don't go play with her. Don't go play with them.
No. This is a very cool looking area, though. It's kind of like, I don't know, like corrupted pumpkin patches or something. This is cool. Do we get to quest here?
We do.
All right, I'm looking forward to coming here. I love these sort of areas, and of course I love this zone as well. Good on you, Rift. Do you know one thing, Tallahassee? Seeing as we've been, dipping our toes into all these other games that have come out, and of course spending some time in Star Wars: The Old Republic, I'll tell you what sticks out the most for me about Rift. And look, if you guys at home watching this are interested, then this is just my opinion. But to me, there are two major things. One is the graphics. Now, I know graphics aren't everything in a game. And in fact, there are a million of games that look pretty, but they are vapid and vacuous and have absolutely no gameplay. Now, Terra, in my opinion, I'm looking at you.
One of them.
What's that?
Final Fantasy is one of them.
No, Final Fantasy is not one of them. And of course, it's all a matter of opinion.
Oh, sorry, this wasn't a question, was it? It was
No,
a statement.
it's just a statement a la Sambo. But look, for example, Terra. I've got to say it. I'm sorry. If you like Terra, that is great. I'm not saying Terra is a bad thing. For me, it is all visuals and no substance. It is an awful game in my opinion.
Get off your horse.
Get off your horse. Here comes a rift. Look, what has Tallahassee done? What has he done? But this game here, oh my lord, the graphics just look great. But no, the most important thing that it really sticks out for me is the open world feel. Tallahassee, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, it just feels like an old school MMO, big open world, run around, do what you like type thing. And I do remember we used to say this back in the early days when we first started playing. Do you still feel that?
Yep. No, I still feel that. I still think that every MMO should be an open world. I don't think any of them should be instanced.
Yeah, exactly. Because you get that sort of feeling of, well, we're just running in a map. You know, we're just actually in a game map. Whereas to me, an MMO is all about inhabiting a virtual world, you know, escaping reality, escaping the 9 to 5, all the rest of it. Here we go, the big AoE, off it goes. And so you want to feel like you're running around in a world. That's just what I feel. Now, I know you don't like your JRPGs and you don't like Final Fantasy, etc. But for me, Final Fantasy 14, in fact, I was talking about it in my most recent Final Fantasy 14 episode. To me, Rift and Final Fantasy 14 and Lord of the Rings Online, by the way, falls into this category, all have that perfect, livable open world feel to me. Now, we know that you don't, you know, you're not a big fan of the Lord of the Rings Online graphics, and again, the character models are very dated and stilted, I'll give you that. But for me, it doesn't matter, because I love roaming around in the big wide open world. Same here, and of course same in Final Fantasy 14. So what other games, really interested Tallahassee, I know you love this, if you go back through your gaming history, are there any other games that you would use as a reference point for, you know, for that sort of classic combination of good open world feel, good class balance, good combat? Is there anything that lives up to the standards of Rift in your history?
Honestly, it doesn't really feel like it. I mean, this is a pretty damn special game, if you ask me.
Yeah, very unique, isn't it? Now, what's going on here? By the way, what are these? Are these buffs? Fin bloom? It must be.
Yep. But if you could just kill this thing, that'd be fantastic.
I love rifts. Do you know what? I was trying to think about it the other day. Do you know what to me rifts are? Rifts are kind of like mini instances that you can just do a lot of, because you know you've got your trash mobs, and then you kind of got your sub bosses, and then you've got your main boss, and you get that real sense of, you know, epic achievement. It's like a mini instance, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Ooh, got some good rewards there. And was that it? Did we clean it up? Wow.
Yeah, that was it.
Well done us. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. There we go. And look at that, right on time as well, with mere seconds left on the clock. Let's mount up. Let's go hand in. Wrap this wonderful Rift episode up. Do you know what? It's funny. Even things like the sky in this game still blow me away. I mean, look at that vista, you know, the clouds, the twinkling stars there, the tentacle pawing off in the background, which of course we know is your favourite. But I love roaming in this world. It's just great. They've done such a good job. And of course, folks, don't think for some reason we're only saying that because of our recent recognition. You go back and have a look at some of our episodes prior to that, and you'll see we're saying exactly the same thing. We've always loved Rift a great deal. Okay, Bargist fur gloves, and let's see. Why are my tooltips not comparing? Well, they're coming up, but I thought it actually showed you which ones were better, or am I dreaming? So we just have to look at it manually, do we?
No, you just need to look at it manually.
Okay, whoops, my
bad. With
bad.
Those things called eyes.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, I'm going to bring up that. I'm going to equip those new gloves because they are in fact better and they've got more spell power. Here we go. And what do we get from this guy? Just a bunch of XP. And there you go. The next objective for us is to destroy the sacrificial altars, 0 out of 6. There we go. And we've got another quest as well. That's one thing this game is not short on, Tallahassee, and that is quests. Collect the infernal transmitter. Let's have a look on our map, see where we have to go for the next episode. Oh, and there we go. We're down south of the Three Springs. And of course, that's kind of near the entrance to the zone where we came up from Sanctum when we originally came here. Very cool. Looking forward to that. All right. I'm going to actually do the right thing, Tallahassee, and log out at an inn. Can you believe it? For once. Because, of course, logging out in an inn, folks, gives you rested XP, which would be very handy. There we go.
But we don't really need it, because we've already got like 11 or bit.
Well, you maybe. I'm only 75% of the way through, to be honest. So you're probably leveled way ahead of me. But anyway, there we go. Oh, all done, all tucked up safe and sound inside, gaining our rested XP. There we go. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, folks. Hope you enjoyed the Rift. Love Rifts. You know what, if I had it my way, we'd do a Rift every single episode. Mind you, you know what, that one didn't take too long, did it? Probably only took less than 5 minutes. So I guess we could regularly do Rifts. I mean, we still get XP from doing Rifts, right? From all the mob kills and...
We do.
Yeah, there you go. So why the hell not, I say.
And we also get reputation as well.
Reputation, and we get our planar rewards, which of course we use as currency to buy our special stuff from, so no reason not to. Anyhow, that's it from us, folks. Certainly hope you enjoyed that episode. Certainly looking forward to seeing you in the next one. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and of course the wonderful Tallahassee, it's us saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. We look forward to seeing you next time. We shall see you then, and bye bye.